In the late 16th century, in a small village in Harima province, a child was born into an age of steel and smoke. That child would become Miyamoto Musashi. His first cries echoed in a land fractured by war, where loyalty shifted like wine through tall grass. His father, Shinmen Munisai, was already known for his skill with sword and jit, a stern man forged by discipline. As a boy, Musashi watched his father train and duel, absorbing the rhythm of combat before he could fully understand it. Their relationship was hard and unyielding, affection was rare, lessons were harsh. Conflict and distance eventually separated them, and the young boy grew wilder, rough in appearance and spirit. Alone, he began shaping himself, gripping wooden sticks as if they were blades, staring into the horizon with an ambition too large for a village. At 13, Musashi stepped into his first real duel against Arima Kihei. The opponent was older, trained, confident. The boy was raw and relentless. When it ended, Arima lay dead, and Musashi stood over him trembling, not with fear, but with awakening. Blood had marked his path. He left home soon after, a wandering youth with unkempt hair and fierce eyes. He slept under trees, trained in isolation, and challenged seasoned warriors. Each victory hardened him, each fight sharpened his instincts. Word spread quietly across provinces of a savage young Ronin who fought without elegance but with terrifying resolve. He did not yet seek philosophy. He sought survival and strength. In 1600, the country convulsed in the decisive clash known as the Battle of Sekigahara. Armies thundered across mist-covered fields. Musashi, still young, entered the chaos as a soldier among thousands. Spears collided, banners fell, and the earth turned red. The side he supported lost. Defeat scattered survivors into uncertainty. Musashi walked away from the carnage not as a loyal retainer, but as a true Ronin, masterless, untethered, and fully alone. The battlefield taught him skill alone was not enough, awareness, timing, and destiny ruled men's lives. He carried that lesson into the long road ahead. His wanderings took him to Kyoto, where the prestigious Yoshioka school dominated the martial scene. Musashi challenged them openly. He defeated Yoshioka Seijiro, then later overcame Yoshioka Denshikairo. Humiliated, the clan plotted revenge, arranging a final ambush with many warriors waiting at once. Musashi arrived early, struck decisively, and escaped the trap alive. The legend of his ferocity spread across Japan. During these years he refined his distinctive two-sword style, later known as Nitanichi Ryu, wielding long and short blades together like twin currents of a river. He trained beneath waterfalls, in forests, against the wind and rain. Gradually, the wildness in him transformed into composure. His gaze grew calm, his movements economical. He began to understand that true mastery was not rage, but clarity. The most famous chapter of his life unfolded on a small island. His opponent was Sasaki Kojiro, renowned for his elegant technique and deadly reach. Musashi accepted the challenge and traveled to the appointed shore. On the day of the duel, he arrived deliberately late, unsettling Kojiro's composure. Carving a wooden sword from an oar during the journey, Musashi stepped onto the sand carrying simplicity itself. Steel flashed. Waves crashed. In a brief, explosive exchange, Musashi struck first and fatally. Kojiro fell, and with him ended the era of Musashi's relentless ascent. The victory was decisive, but it marked a turning point inward. After that duel, something shifted. Musashi fought fewer lethal battles. He began teaching, guiding disciples not merely in technique but in perception. He explored ink painting and calligraphy, expressing with brush what he once expressed with blade. Landscapes, birds, and stark lines replaced clashing steel. He contemplated strategy beyond combat, how to read intention, how to master oneself. The warrior who once sought strength above all now sought understanding. His reputation no longer depended on bloodshed, it rested on insight. In his later years, Musashi withdrew to Ryagando Cave. There, in quiet reflection, he composed the Book of Five Rings, distilling decades of combat and contemplation into principles of strategy, discipline, and awareness. The text spoke not only to swordsmen but to anyone seeking mastery of their craft. As illness approached, he prepared calmly, writing final precepts on detachment and self-reliance. The fierce boy from Harima had become a philosopher of the blade. When he died in 1645, he left no lord, no army, no dynasty, only a legacy carved into history. In the silence of the cave, with morning light filtering across stone, the Ronin who walked alone became immortal through his way.